Hey everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Frequently Asked Fridays. If you're brand new to my YouTube channel, I have numerous videos all about selling things online and making money working from home, but this video series in particular is solely dedicated to answering all of your questions and filling these videos with as much information as possible. But by far, my favorite part of this video series is my partnership with Wholesale Ninjas, because every single episode, Wholesale Ninjas gives away a 100 count liquidation lot to one of my viewers that asks a question to be featured on every episode. If you don't know who Wholesale Ninjas is, they are my favorite liquidation company when it comes to sourcing merchandise for my eBay store. I've been buying liquidation for years, and whenever you buy liquidation, it's always a risk, but Wholesale Ninjas is my favorite because they are by far the most consistent with their quality control, and they always have my favorite kinds of merchandise available for sale. I like to sell a lot of health and beauty, personal care, cosmetics, and I like to mix in a little bit of general merchandise. And sometimes those can be really hit or miss with a lot of different companies. But anytime I need to go source inventory for my eBay store, Wholesale Ninjas always has plenty of merchandise on hand. Not only that, but whenever the merchandise arrives to me from Wholesale Ninjas, everything is ready to list. I don't have to worry about items leaking or getting damaged during transit. I don't have to worry about merchandise just being encased in stickers and having to take the time to remove the stickers before I can get them listed on eBay. With Wholesale Ninjas, I seriously just open up the box and I can start listing right away. Because they are a partner of my YouTube channel, I do have a coupon code for them. The code is Lindey25 and it gets you $25 off of anything on the Wholesale Ninjas website. But if you want a chance to win a free liquidation lot from Wholesale Ninjas, let me tell you what you need to do in order to enter to win. All you have to do is ask me a question. Just go down into the comment section and start your question with 5 question marks, because that is going to indicate entry into the giveaway. So this is episode number 19. That means we've already had 18 winners so far. And if you've missed any of the other episodes, I will make sure to link the Frequently Asked Friday playlist down in the video description below. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with some of the selected questions from the last episode. And I do have to apologize. I don't know if my voice sounds a little bit different, but I've been really battling allergies, and so I'm going to try to do this video without having to have a cough drop in. But if you caught my last live stream, you would have noticed that I was really struggling with speaking and having a coughing fit. So hopefully this video goes a little bit better, but if you hear me struggling or hear my voice starting to sound a little funny, that's why. Kansas allergies are no joke. I also realized that I made a mistake with my calendar. In last Monday's live stream, I mentioned that I was going to be taking a break for the summer with the live streams because my kids are out of school and it's a lot more difficult for me to keep a live streaming schedule when Benjamin is home because there's a lot of distractions and sometimes that kind of throws a wrench into filming. And I mentioned that Monday, May the 24th would be my last live stream. However, I realized I made a mistake. I actually have an appointment this coming Monday, which means that live streams have concluded until Monday, August the 23rd. So I know, I'm so sorry you guys. I'm really bummed that we're not going to be able to do an official final live stream for the summer, but I will continue putting out videos weekly on my YouTube channel. There just won't be any live streams. All right, let's get started with the questions. Laura Gillette asks, hey Lindey, I have a question. How much do we have to make in order to sign up for an LLC? So as far as I know, if you're wanting to get an LLC for your business, there is no minimum income threshold. And I'm fairly certain this is the case because I know of people who have gotten out and gotten an official LLC for their business entity without really having much income at all. They actually got the LLC prior to even starting the business. So as far as I know, you might want to check where you live or consult a CPA or an accountant in your area. But as far as I know, there is no minimum income threshold in order to start an LLC. Deborah Hansen asks, thank you so much for all of your videos. Thank you so much for watching, Deborah. Over the last year, I found them very helpful. About yesterday, I started getting items requiring specifics soon. What is that all about? These are not newly posted items. They are things that have been up but taken care of slight editings for months. eBay seems to be hitting me with about 10 at a time. Super annoying. Thank you for everything. So when eBay tells you that item specifics are requiring soon, that means that there are certain items that you need to make updates for because eBay changed something in their back end. So eBay has this habit of making back end updates, and every time they do that, sometimes we have listings that need to be edited to fit the new updates that they have made. So it is definitely good to go into those listings and edit the required specifics. However, the fact that it says soon means that your listing should not be affected right now in order to get the visibility on eBay's platform. Soon just means that at a certain point, these listings will need to have those updates, otherwise your item won't appear in search, or buyers won't be able to filter out your item in the item specifics filters. So I would suggest go ahead and update those item specifics as soon as possible, but know that because you're still in the soon portion, that your items should still be visible, but I would still really try to get that taken care of as soon as possible. That way you don't miss out on any search optimization or the ability for your item to be seen in the filters. Laura Bale says, love your videos. Thank you so much. I've been watching since your denim days. That's a long time ago. How do you feel about Mercari? And do you list your item on multiple platforms at the same time? If so, is there a program that makes it easier to do? Thank you for all the info, greatly appreciated. I think Mercari is a great platform, and I think there's a lot more buyers over there than sellers realize. It is a very different platform than eBay, so there are a few quirks that you would have to work out in regarding things like sending offers to watchers, how you list your item, and getting instant messages from potential buyers with questions. It is also very similar to Poshmark in the sense that your listings can tend to get buried if you're not constantly editing and refreshing your listings. So I've never successfully used any cross-listing platforms. I know that List Perfectly is out there, although I've never used it myself. I tried Vendoo at one point, but it was in the beta stage, so I really didn't have a lot of success with exporting and importing listings and getting everything cross-posted. Every time I've ever cross-posted listings, I've just done so manually. I actually have 2 videos about cross-posting. I have one video about cross-posting from eBay to Mercari, and then I have one about cross-posting from eBay to Poshmark. And I don't use any cross-posting platforms to do that. I feel like the way I do it manually is pretty fast, and I don't have to pay for a service to do that for me. So I'll make sure to link those cross-posting videos down in the video description in case you're interested. But I think that cross-posting to multiple platforms is a really great way to try to sell your item even faster, because there are definitely different buyer pools depending on the platform it's listed on. And so broadening the amount of buyers that you can sell your item to is always a good thing. I am not currently cross-posting any of my items at this time because I feel like my items are performing pretty well over on eBay and I don't have a lot of extra time to cross-post. But if you do have the time to cross-post items, I'd highly recommend doing so. Jennifer Rayner asks, can you take 2 priority boxes and make 1 big box to ship priority? Thank you. Yes, you can. As long as they're simple mailing boxes and not flat rate or regional boxes, you can put 2 together or 3 together to make a Franken box in order to completely cover your item, as long as you are paying for priority shipping. Snarky Rides asks, hi Lindey, my name's Mike. Hello, Mike. Have you ever bought a manifested pallet from Wholesale Ninjas? Clearly the products are good and do sell, 45 sales and only 35 days in. Just curious. Thank you for the valuable information and help. So I have seen that Wholesale Ninjas has just recently added some manifested health and beauty palettes. However, I have not ordered any just yet because I have previous orders that I'm still trying to work my way through, and I have some that I'm still waiting to be delivered. I have, however, received manifested box lots from Wholesale Ninjas before. Pre-COVID, they used to have a lot more manifested merchandise than they do now, because when the COVID-19 pandemic started, they had to change how they processed everything in their warehouse, which means that they weren't able to do as much manifested lots anymore. But they are starting to do more manifested lots now that some regulations have lifted. And so I'm expecting to see a lot more come available on their site very soon. What I will say is the manifested box lots that I have gotten from them in the past were definitely as advertised. Everything was in fantastic condition, impeccably packaged, and matched up with the manifest perfectly. And I am very excited to see manifested health and beauty palettes, that's for sure. Trilogy Toys asks, "Hey Lindey, you are awesome. Thank you so much. I have been on the platform for many years and started the business 5 months ago. Things are going good. Have you ever used eBay email marketing? It seems like this is outdated as it will only allow you to send marketing email to people that are subscribed to your store. It would be nice if eBay integrated a better customer relationship management, or CRM, portion of the platform. Thanks for all you do to assist new sellers." Thank you so much. So I do have eBay send out emailed newsletters, and I know how you might think that it's a little bit outdated, but I actually get my own newsletters, and I think that they could definitely help with your current buyer base, meaning anyone who is interested enough in your store to actually click the follow button. Because about once a week, it might happen more frequently than that, but I really recognize it weekly, is an email goes out to anyone who's following your store to let you know of some newly listed items. Now, do I know if it has actually made a difference in my sales? No, but it is a really nice feature that eBay gives you. Brian Whitaker asks, "Great videos." Thank you so much, Brian. "I have a problem recently with media mail. In the last 3 weeks, I have had 4 out of 5 DVDs disappear. I have filed cases with USPS for each one, talked to my clerks and postmaster, and talked with a postmaster in one of the destinations. They all say the same thing. Media mail is just slow. And now they tell me they don't have to scan it. Only one buyer has filed an item not received, which I put in the tracking, and eBay is holding the decision until May 16th. Another buyer has messaged me looking for a refund. USPS says that I cannot file a claim with them if they're not found. I am worried that eBay will side with the buyer and I'll be out the money, and I'll have several dings on my account. What should I do?" Stop using media mail. First of all, I'm not even sure that DVDs qualify as media anyway. I think DVDs are kind of a gray area. I think DVDs might qualify as media, but video games don't, or books do, but CDs don't. I don't know, there's something about media mail that like makes all of these gray areas with certain kinds of things that you can ship. But here's the thing, if you're shipping DVDs, those are probably shipping for 4 ounces, which means it's around $3 to ship it first class, and it's going to get to your buyer a heck of a lot faster than media mail. Because what USPS is telling you is 100% accurate. Media mail is just slow. It is archaic, it moves at a snail's pace, and all you're going to do is piss off your buyers because they're going to order something and it's gonna take forever for it to get delivered. They're gonna think it's coming from overseas. It's so slow. And I would suspect when you're shipping something like a DVD that only weighs 4 ounces, you're not really saving a significant amount enough of money in order to justify shipping it in such a slow way compared to first class. So I know in this circumstance, the damage is already done. You can't undo it at this point, but I would highly, highly suggest that moving forward, you just send DVDs, CDs, video games, things that are that size, just send it regular first class versus media mail, because it's going to be really comparable in price and it's going to be a heck of a lot faster, and you're not going to have to worry about this in the future if you make that change. If you do end up with a lot of dings on your seller account due to having some items not received and eBay siding with the buyer, then I would say just try your best to contact eBay to see if they can make an exception and have those removed, because you cannot control the post office. I think right now they are more likely to remove any late shipments or defects regarding shipping because we have been dealing with so many issues with the United States Postal Service as of late. So you have a bigger likelihood that eBay will do something to take those defects off of your account, as opposed to, you know, a year and a half ago when we didn't have as many issues with the post office. Joan says, first, thank you for everything that you do to help us in the reselling community. Thank you so much, Joan. I've been watching you since the beginning and you've helped me so much over the years. I know, Joan, you've been with me for a really long time. Thank you so much for all of your support. My question is, how do you handle burnout? I love what I do reselling, but it is a grind and I just feel exhausted. I have death piles growing because of the great deals that I can't pass up, and now I'm overwhelmed. Where do I start when feeling like this? Also dealing with family problems in addition to everything. Any advice would be appreciated. Thank you, Joan. First of all, anybody that says that they don't struggle with burnout is not being fully honest with themselves. And the longer you do this, it doesn't get any easier to avoid those feelings. In my experience, the only thing that you can do to try to combat that is to just take breaks. It's a lot easier to manage burnout when you give yourself a dedicated schedule, because if you give yourself evenings off or certain days of the week off, it's a lot easier to motivate yourself to get things done and be productive. It makes it easier to combat those feelings of burnout when you know that time off is coming. So that would be my first suggestion to you, to set work hours so that you can look forward to time off. Or if you just need to take a vacation or a long break and come back to it, that could help too. If you are constantly telling yourself, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, it sets up this dread, and you're more likely to procrastinate getting started because you're just constantly reminding yourself of all of these things that you have to do. So if you set little blocks of time aside to do certain tasks and then allow yourself a break after that, you'll more likely be motivated to actually get things done because you know that there is an end point. If something appears to be never ending, I know that I find myself being a lot less productive. Something else that you can do is make the act of reselling or a task that you're really wanting to procrastinate doing, make it a little bit more enjoyable. For instance, if I really don't want to list, I will put on a TV show or movies that I really enjoy while I'm actually listing. My listing process might go a lot slower if I'm distracted, but at least I'm enjoying it more. Or listening to fun, upbeat music that makes me feel good. Or listening to stand-up comedians while I list that make me laugh. Again, these are distracting and I might not be as efficient while doing the work, but at least I'm enjoying it. Whitney Jackson asks, hey Lindey. Hi Whitney. I'm a new seller working on building my business on eBay. I was wondering if it's true that you have a better sales rate with the eBay algorithm if you list items every day. I'm trying to find the balance of not having too much stockpile at a time. It can be hard to know if things are going to take days to sell or weeks. I currently have over 300 listings, but my sales are about 8 items on average a week. So I don't necessarily think that it helps your sales to list brand new items every single day. I think that it's the idea of if you're constantly listing items, there's more items available to sell, which means if there's more items to sell, then you can sell more. I'm a real advocate for just being active in your eBay account every single day. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to list new items every day, but do something in your eBay account every single day. I feel like in almost every single one of my videos now, I'm always talking about how important activity is. My favorite thing to say is an active store is a happy store. It means that eBay likes active sellers, and it's active sellers on the eBay platform that are more likely to get traction and visibility, because eBay only makes money when sellers sell items. So if eBay sees you as a seller that is actively trying to get sales, they're more likely to give you preference in the search algorithm. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to list new items every day in order to be in favor in the algorithm, but just do something every day. Now, the reason why I do say it is good to list new items every single day is because, again, the more items you have available for sale, the more items that you can sell. It can't sell if it's not listed. But with the figures that you gave me, it sounds like you have a sell-through rate of between 10% and 15% a month if you always have around 300 active items and you're selling on average 8 a week. I think if you list more items than that your sell-through rate can go up as long as you're listing the right kind of items that people are looking for. And if you're a brand new seller that's still working at building up your eBay store, a sell-through rate of 10 to 15% is awesome. So keep doing what you're doing, keep listing stuff, and on the days that you cannot list anything new, just make sure to be revising current listings, maybe run a sale or send offers to watchers to try to keep the algorithm in your favor. Vic Damon asks, how do you set your price points? Other comps, do you adjust up or down from time to time? So let me know down in the comment section if you would like to see a dedicated video about pricing and price points and how to accurately price your items to sell, because there are a lot of factors that go into this, and I think I could make an entire dedicated video about it if that's got enough interest and you guys want to see a video about that. So let me know down in the comments. But the fast answer to this is I always check the active listing prices and the sold prices to kind of get an idea of somewhere in the middle. I never price myself the lowest because I always run sales, I accept offers, and I send offers. So for example, if I'm trying to sell an item that has current active listings at around a $20 price point, and I look at the sold listings and find that the prices selling are anywhere from $20 to $25, I will probably price my item around $23 or $24, expecting to put it on sale or accept offers. So I never price at the very bottom, because not only am I accepting offers and constantly running sales, but I don't want to be the one to start trigger a downward move in the market prices, because market prices tanking is a very real thing, and every time sellers want to start undercutting the competition, that just helps the price move down even faster. I would much rather price right about in the middle of the current active competition and the previous sold prices, and be able to accept offers or run sales without having to worry about the price going too low. Paul B asks, does eBay feedback as a buyer give your account any credibility before you have seller feedback? Is it obvious the feedback is just from being a good buyer? It seems like it would provide a little bit of assurance to a potential buyer before you have seller feedback built up. That is very, very true. So if you are an active buyer on eBay and you are building up your feedback by being a buyer, it doesn't necessarily give you credibility as a seller, but it gives you some sort of feedback percentage for a potential buyer to see. A lot of newer sellers will do this. They will go in and they will just start doing a lot of shopping on eBay in order to get their percentage high and get a higher feedback number, just so that they have something that a buyer can feel good about when they're selling an item. Because if a buyer is paying attention to a seller's feedback, they might not feel very good about buying something from a seller that has 0, 1, or 2 feedback score. They might want to see a seller that has at least 10 or more feedback points. It might not necessarily be important to a potential buyer that those feedbacks were awarded by being a purchaser rather than a seller on eBay. So I do think it's a very, very good idea to get your feedback score up by making purchases on eBay. Elizabeth O asks, do you ever take photos of each item when listing multiple quantity items? Like if I have 6 boxes of the same makeup, but one of them has a slightly damaged box, do you list the damaged box item separately or just list it in the same lot with the other pristine box items? So if you're selling all 6 together in a lot, then I would just take a photo of all of them together and then take individual items of one of the boxes that looks decent. Now, if you're talking about creating one listing and having a quantity of 6, in that case, I would take a photograph of the most damaged box, That way, when the buyer receives the item, the box actually might look better than photographed if they got one of the boxes that wasn't as dinged up. But if you have the listings to spare, it might be good to have a separate listing for the damaged box, because that way you can give the potential buyer a little bit more incentive by maybe knocking off a little bit of the price because the box is damaged. But you also have to kind of think, how much more damaged is it? Are we just talking a small ding? Are we talking the box is completely crushed? Because if there's just a little bit of damage compared to the other ones, I might be more inclined to just do a multi-quantity listing and just photograph the box that's the most damaged. That way the buyer's not surprised if they receive a box that's less than pristine. If it were me, I have enough free listings right now to where I would probably just photograph it separately if it's really, really damaged compared to the others. And I would just knock a little bit of money off of the price to give the buyer a good deal because they are getting a box that's a little dinged up. Lisa Ward asks, "Hi Lindey." Hi Lisa. "How do you handle buyers that send you messages asking for a lower price? I price my items very fairly and do not have the make offer option turned on. I too am an autism mom. Always nice to meet another member. I'm not able to work outside the home due to not having after school care for him, and eBay/Marketplace fits the bill for me. It's my therapy." I'm so glad that you found something that you enjoy and it can help you out, because I know, mama, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, but it can be very, very rewarding. So if a buyer messages you asking for a better price, just tell them no. But tell them no in a nice way. You don't have to be mean about it. Because here's the thing, if there's other sellers selling the same item at a better price, then they can just go buy it. But if there's not a lot of competing sellers, they have to pay the price that you ask for. You don't have to give them a discount, especially if you don't even have best offer switched on. So I would just simply respond to these potential buyers by saying, "Thank you for your interest in my item, but I feel like I've priced my item to give my buyers a good deal, and at this time I'm not willing to accept less than the price it's currently at. Thank you for looking, have a great day." Or something like that. Just tell them, "I priced my item at the lowest I'm able to accept for the moment. Thank you for your interest, have a good day." There's one thing I've noticed about eBay buyers is not all of them have good intention, and a lot of the times they just send out messages trying to get a deal that's a lot of the times pretty ridiculous. I had someone send me an offer for $3 and free shipping the other day on a $25 item. Not a lot of sympathy here for buyers like that. Rebecca Hikila asks, "Hello, Lindey. Love your videos. Thank you so much. They are so informative and they've really helped me with my reselling small home business." Thank you so much, Rebecca. Very happy to help. Also, thank you for your bubbly personality. It really lifts my spirit on my low days. I have been trying to find in my eBay store those coupons or incentives that eBay issues to sellers quarterly to buy at a discount or even get free poly mailers, tape, etc. Where in my seller hub can I find that? Can you help me with that, please? Thank you. So in case you didn't know, if you have an eBay store subscription, you actually get a free eBay shipping supply coupon every quarter. And usually the total amount of the coupon is relative to the price of your eBay store. So the basic store gets a $25 coupon, a premium store gets a $50 coupon, and an anchor store gets a $150 coupon, I believe. But the problem is they don't tell you when your new coupon is available, nor do they tell you where to find it. If you're on your eBay seller hub, go to the widget box that has your seller tools, click on Manage My Store. Then on the far left-hand side, you will be able to click on Subscriber Discounts. And then on that page, your eBay shipping supply coupon should be the very first widget box. I also have an entire video where I demonstrate where to find your shipping supply coupon. I will make sure to link that in the video description below. Susan Trimble asks, "Do you think it's important to include an invoice for your customer orders? I feel like it's a waste of time time and money. I personally never look at an invoice when I receive an order in the mail because I always have an electronic copy of my receipt if I need it. I'm with you, Susan. No, I never include invoices, packing slips, or anything like that. I do feel like it's a waste of time and paper because everything is digital. If someone has a question about how much they paid or what they received, they can just go on the computer and look. It's Just Aja asks, do you know if saving to drafts does count towards the free listings, or is it when you make it active? I deleted 2 from drafts because I wasn't ready to list it so close to the one sold since it was Build-A-Bear. So you can create as many drafts as you want. It doesn't count for your free insertions until you actually click list item. But know that drafts only sit in your draft section of your eBay Seller Hub for roughly 30 or 60 days. It used to be 60 days, but there was one time after 30 days, a lot of my drafts disappeared. So I don't know if they changed it from 60 to 30 days, or even if it's up to 90 days at some point, but just know that if you have drafts, they might not last forever. But if you want to kind of work ahead, then you can without using up your free insertions. You only use up your free insertions when the item is active, available for sale on eBay. Peru Bro asks, should teens start eBay? I think so. I have a teenager and I definitely plan to start getting him more involved. He is 15 years old right now and he's kind of in that phase where I don't know if he's responsible enough to actually help with the business just yet, but he does know what I do and he does know certain aspects of how to run a home business, and I do think it's really important that he learns that. I realized that watching my dad sell on eBay while I was my current son's age had a really big impact on me in my life because it made me realize that there was more to making money than just working for somebody else. I remember thinking how magical it was to sell something and earn a profit from it. And I still have that same mindset today. I always think of reselling as being magical. It's like making money out of thin air. And I want to instill those same perceptions and values on my own children. I think it's extremely important to teach our teenagers how to successfully make money, how to manage that money, and even how to invest. There's a lot of ways now that teenagers can actually invest in stocks or cryptocurrency as long as it's monitored by an adult, and I think that it's a fantastic thing to do. I just recently said in a live stream that I really wish that schools would focus more on personal finance and business strategies and teaching our teenagers how to make and manage money, because they don't really do that right now, and I think that it's a real wasted opportunity, and I think it actually starts our kids off in life behind the curve a little bit. Like if I would have known at 18 what I know now, I would be way ahead. So yes, I think it is a fantastic idea for teenagers to start on eBay. Not only will it teach them about making money on their own, but it gives them an added sense of responsibility because they're actually taking care of buyers. All right, it's about that time. I've made it this far with my voice not giving out. Give me a thumbs up for making it through without blowing out my throat. It's time to find out who our 19th winner is. Drum roll, please. Wow, that sounded horrible. The winner chosen by random comment selection is Kim Taylor. Congratulations, Kim. I have already replied to your comment. Just get with me and I will make sure that you get your free lot from Wholesale Ninjas. Kim asks, long videos are the best. Well, I like to talk even when my throat is blown out. So I guess that's a good thing. I love to put them on while I'm cooking or cleaning, so I really appreciate them. Are you currently doing any retail arbitrage? So if you're unfamiliar with what retail arbitrage is, it's basically the act of buying things off the shelf, whether it's clearance or full price at big box retailers, and then flipping them for profit online. Most of the time, I will only do retail arbitrage and flip it on Amazon, or I might flip it on Facebook Marketplace. Usually, I'm not putting retail arbitrage on eBay. To answer your question, really the only retail arbitrage I'm doing right now are the items that I can buy online because I'm not really going to any stores and just wandering around looking for deals at the moment. Or I might do some retail arbitrage if I am at the store buying something for my family. Like if I'm already at a store buying something that we needed, I might keep my eyes peeled for a good item to purchase for retail arbitrage. Usually this takes place if I'm ever grocery shopping because finding hidden gems in the grocery department were kind of my specialty back in the day. When I first started my YouTube channel, I talked a lot about flipping things like barbecue sauce and bubble gum, and that's because I would always be scanning the grocery aisles for specialty items or clearance items that might be marked down, like a funky kind of flavored bubble gum or a really weird sauce that I could only find in my region that other people might not be able to get where they live. Those were my favorite kind of items to find for retail arbitrage and flip online. So I'm not as actively doing retail arbitrage like I once was because of the pandemic, and I've just been staying home working on more liquidation, but I will do some retail arbitrage online or if I'm already shopping. Right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and this video series, please remember to give it a thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and ring the notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post a new video. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put a lot of useful information in there as well as anything that I referenced in this video. And thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you with my next video. Bye-bye.